Todd and his family moved next door 15 years ago. The first memory I have of Todd is watching him mow his lawn. Not very extraordinary, except the lawnmower wasn't running. I wondered, is he a crazy person? Then, thinking myself rather witty, I called over to him. Would it work better if it was switched on? It is, he said. It's battery powered. Check and mate. Todd was a constable with the Ontario Provincial Police, so it was a relief to learn that he wasn't a crazy person. As a writer, I'm naturally drawn to interesting stories. The first fascinating detail I learned about Todd, aside from his lawnmower, was that he began his working life as a daycare teacher. While doing my early childhood education degree in Toronto, he told me one day, I was a part-time corrections officer at the Don Jail. In the early 1980s, the Don was the toughest jail in Canada. Every story Todd told me sounded like a book jacket blurb. Finally, I said, "We should compile your stories in a book." "A lot of people have said I should do that," he said. So one morning in February 2020, seated in his living room, coffees in hand, my laptop open, Todd put a Captain Beefheart album on the turntable and told me his story. He believed in keeping things simple, studying ECE at Ryerson University, marrying his college sweetheart, and spending his professional life as a daycare teacher. It was a tidy plan, except for one thing. Man plans, and the gods laugh. While working as the director of a daycare and toy lending library in far-flung Wawa, Ontario, OPP officers on rotation in the area learned of Todd's experience at the Don Jail. Soon they took him ice fishing and on ride-alongs in the police cruiser. After Todd and his family decided to leave Wawa, a constable gave him an OPP job application. Someone else might have graciously accepted the gesture and then politely tossed it out. Todd completed the application and submitted it. Todd became an OPP constable in September 1990. His first post was in illustrious Merlin, Ontario. My first call was a 25-car fender bender in a funeral procession, he recalled. The detachment didn't have computers at the time. Do you know what it's like to hand-bomb 25 traffic reports? Early on, Todd was known as a digger, a proactive cop. One afternoon, a 3-year-old Wheatley boy was reported missing. Todd searched an area where no one else had looked and found the child hanging by a tree root over a cliff by Lake Erie, 30 feet above the rocky shore. He rescued the boy and returned him to his family. By the end of his career with the OPP, Todd had worked in a dozen different units, from the B&E Squad, Drug Enforcement Bureau, Undercover, the Casino Windsor Detachment, Traffic Enforcement, Traffic Interdiction, and finally, the Intelligence Unit. Our book's title, Gas of Tank, came from a biker who demonstrated his disdain for police by pulling a wheelie on his motorcycle following a traffic stop. He was charged with stunt driving. In his defense in court, the biker said, in a thick French accent, "That's not possible. I had a full gas of tank." "I always said if I started a punk band," Todd said, "I'd call it Gas of Tank." The phrase just embodies the surreal, upside-down, unbelievable experiences that police face on a daily basis.